Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 25. Let's kick it off. So to start things off, there are two questions from Matt and Alison Welch. 1. Any thoughts and opinions on the new Red Eyes card from History Archives? It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I like it. Me and Express Gaming briefly talked about it the other day, and he reckons that it's definitely a free of. I absolutely agree with him. It's just a question of really what to drop for it, really, whenever we do get this in English. Yeah, it's a great card. 2. In Ghosts of the Past 2, what were you originally expecting to get as a Ghost Rare print? Alison and myself were both expecting Obelisk the Tormentor or Slifer the Sky Dragon to get a print. I do have a feeling that those two will get their turn one day, and maybe Jinzo or even Exodia. Sorry, I've lost it. I do have a feeling that those two will get their turn one day, and maybe Jinzo or even Exodia, the Forbidden One and the other pieces of Exodia. I'm not sure what to expect, really. It was hard to say. I will tell you one thing, though. Since Red Dragon Archfiend is going to be one of the ghosts, I'm hoping that one day Lifestream Dragon will get a Ghost Rare printing, because once the Ghost Rare Red Dragon Archfiend comes out, that will be the only one left, only Signer Dragon left that won't have had a Ghost Rare printing. It does make sense for Obelisk and Slifer to get one day, since Ra has one. Bloody expensive though, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it would be nice to see Red Eyes get the ghost treatment, actually, since it's the only classic boss monster that doesn't have one. Or classic boss monster trio, I should say. It would be also cool to see Summon Skull, Blackluster Soldier, and both the Envoys to get a ghost printing. That would be nice. Speaking of ghosts from the past too, Express Gaming did actually offer the other day to go halves on a case of that with me, which I accepted. Of course, the problem is though, just like me, he wants the Ghost Rare Blue Eyes White Dragon, so if one of us pulls it, it's gonna be awkward and we're gonna have to fight for it, or something like that. But we'll figure out something out. Thankfully he doesn't care about the other ghosts, whereas I do. So yeah, that being said, let's move on to the next questions. And I've got 3 here from Gunnar. Haven't heard from him for a while. I was wondering why he was silent. Let's see. I have a few questions about a deck I really like but isn't that good, but I like it, that matters. 1. What are your thoughts about Gravekeepers? Do you like the deck, or maybe you even have or had it somewhere hidden in the tombs of your collection? I love that, tombs of my collection. I mean, at this point I have so many collections, it might as well be a tomb. But to answer your question, you're probably not going to like my answer, but I fucking hate Gravekeepers. I don't really agree that it's not good. I think the deck is good. It's like absolutely bloody annoying. All because of Necro Valley, Hidden Tombs of Necro Valley, Hidden Palace rather, and Imperial Tomb. They're just absolutely infuriating. Hidden Temples just outright stops me from special summoning, and I hate cards that shut down special summons. Archlord Christia, Jaugen the Spiritualist, Vanity's Fiend, Fossil Diner, and in this case Hidden Temples. And pretty much all my decks rely on special summoning, and I need to special summon to be able to play, otherwise I just auto lose. Whereas Imperial Tomb, well, I'd say traps that negate everything are more of a love-hate thing. Because to be fair, I do play Tachyon Transmigration in my Galaxy Photon deck, which does the same thing. So I don't mind using traps like that, but I just hate it when they're used against me, especially Imperial Tomb and Infernity Barrier. Whereas Necro Valley is the second most irritating field spell in the entire game, with the first one obviously being Mystic Mine, which needs to get burnt in a fire, or of course banned on the ban list. Touch wood that happens. Yeah, Necro Valley is just infuriating. The card just locks down my graveyard. Not in the same way as Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmos did back when macro decks were a thing, but it might as well be the same thing, as I play a lot of decks that rely on the graveyard. I like having a graveyard. I want to be able to use my graveyard so I can, play the fucking game. But Necro Valley just says no, and I just absolutely despise decks that lock down my deck in some way or another. I don't like not being able to play. And in this case, I don't like having my graveyard locked down. In fact, Gravekeepers are actually a terrible matchup for both Dark Magician and Elemental Heroes. As for Elemental Heroes, Necro Valley, the best spell in the deck, turns off the best spell in my Elemental Hero deck, Miracle Fusion. With that card out, I can't play it, unless of course the fusion materials are on the field, but it just outright turns it off, just like that. I can't even use Vision Hero Vile's second effect while it's in play, which is annoying. It's definitely a card that would hurt Dark Magician a lot, because I can't bring Dark Magician back with Eternal Soul. I can't use Salvation to bring it or Dark Magician Girl back. I can't banish Soul Servant to draw a card. I imagine that if I tried to use Magician's Soul to revive Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, the effect would fizzle out. It's infuriating, or at least the idea of it is infuriating. I really don't like Gravekeepers. They're just annoying to play against. I mean, there's decks that I hate more than Gravekeepers, to be fair, but it doesn't make Gravekeepers any better. That being said, though, there are three monsters in the whole archetype that I genuinely do like, of course. Gravekeeper, Spy, Guard, and Curse. Curse is more of a nostalgic type kind of deal, as I actually used to play that card a long time ago in my random deck. I just bought a packet of Pharaonic Guardian one day, and it was in there, and I just put it in my deck. Because why not? I don't think I pulled a holo from it though. I can't remember what rare I got. I know I did get Curse of Aging as well, which was a decent underrated card back in the day. And as for Spy and Guard, well, they were both monsters that I actually used to play in my Dark Magician deck many, many years ago. The Spy made excellent tribute fodder, like whether I was tribute summoning my high level monsters or using a Spy as a tribute to use Magical Dimension with, whereas Guard was something I could either special summon off Spy or use to bounce a monster off the field. So good. But yeah, they're the only three Gravekeepers that I genuinely do like, whereas the rest of the archetype I just hate a lot. With Necro Valley, Hidden Temple, and Imperial Tomb being the source of my hatred for that deck. 2. What do you think would the deck would need to be semi-competitive or work better? It's hard to say, to be honest. I've never played it myself, of course, so I wouldn't know. I suppose, if anything, Konami would just give it a boss monster that negates everything or has immunity from effects that destroy a target, or of course is just unaffected by everything. Not that I'd want a monster that negates everything though, like I can't stand monsters with that effect. Like, we don't need any more in the game. Like, it's bad enough that Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, Borrowload Savage Dragon, Totally Arsehole, Cyber Dragon Infinity, Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, Herald of Perfection, UA Perfect Ace, Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, and Majestic Shooting Star Dragon exists. Like, don't need any more monsters that negate everything. Like, literally all monsters with that effect should just be outright banned, especially Dragoon. I don't care what anyone says, they have to go. They're bullshit, unfair, unhealthy, and bad for the game. We don't need any more. Anyway, I didn't mean to go off in a tangent there, but yeah, I feel like some kind of boss monster with any of those effects would make it better. Most definitely. Do they have a searcher for Gravekeeper monsters? I can't remember. I feel like they do. I'm pretty sure there's one that searches for one, plus Necro Valley. Unless I'm getting effects confused. I don't know. See, the problem is, I haven't played against Gravekeepers in years. Absolutely years. Like, I haven't even faced them with the support that they got in Soul Fusion. And the last question. I think that Gravekeepers are better suited for Ishizu as a deck. That would be awesome back in the day. What are your thoughts about that? Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, honestly, Gravekeepers would suit either Marek or Ishizu. Or at least that's what they play in today's game. Of course, that being said, Marek's deck is pretty devastating anyway, with or without the Winged Dragon of Ra. I think I agree with you on that one. But I wish you the best, and we will see us until the box Battle of Dimension of Chaos in a few weeks. Thank you very much. Best of luck to you too. And that's it for questions in this episode. Pretty short but sweet one. And as you can see, there's a lovely comment here from my girlfriend, based on something heartwarming I said last week. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Like, comment, share and subscribe for more Q&As. And of course, if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments section down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then so that you don't miss out. Thanks again, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.